Welcome back, Brush Monkeys. This week we're continuing the Grenadier Demons box set with the Succubus here. And she is another one that I probably could have done without zenithal priming. I was kind of doing them all in a batch. So I'm going to have to go over the whole thing with Wraithbone to base it. And then she's going to get thinned Guilliman flesh with a fair skin highlight, eye end in yellow hair, flesh tears red wings. She's got a couple little bone tips up there, so those will get skeleton horde on them. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and paint her all in Wraithbone, and then get the flesh color done. So I'm going to pause here and go do that, and then we'll come back and see how she looks. Alright, bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and as you can see, I've made some progress. Got her skin all done. And it's looking pretty good. She looks pretty pale. Got her eyes painted, and her lips painted. She looks pretty good so far. Now the reference art I'm going off of has her as a brunette. I thought that's kind of plain looking. I was a little afraid that painting her as a blonde would look kind of washed out with the pale skin. But I think the eye end in yellow is going to be a good option, and I think it'll stand out from the red of the wings, whereas making her a redhead probably would not. So I'm going to go ahead and paint her hair now. Take a break, paint her hair, and then we'll see how that looks. And when that dries, then we'll get at the wings. And then we'll just have the little bones and the claws at the end of her wings and her basing to do. So it's coming along pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and paint her hair, and then we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Alright, now the hair's painted, and that actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. I had originally planned on, because she's got such pale skin, I was going to dry brush the hair with Hexios Pale Sun once it dried, but I think I like the color the way it is, so I'm going to leave the Hexios Pale Sun out and just leave it as that eye end in yellow contrast paint. I think that looks really good. Now it seems a little bright right now. I think it's gonna make a good complement to the flesh tears red on her wings, but I have to wait until the eye end in yellow is dry. So I'm gonna take a little break, and when I come back, I'll paint the wings, and then we'll see how that looks. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, so the hair is dry, so I went ahead and did the wings. The wings, as you can see, are still wet. But you can also see how those wings contrast nicely with the hair and the skin. You get that nice dark demonic red against the pale skin and the blonde hair. Looks really good. So all that's left to do now is the horns and talons on her. So I'm going to take a little break and let that red dry, and then we'll base the horns and whatnot. Alright, so we'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, so I got her horns painted. I got the horns on the ends of her wings and her talons all painted, and she is good to go. I decided the horns on her head were probably the only ones that were actually going to be fairly clean. The rest of them would be a kind of dirty brown skeleton horde painted over them. But yeah, she's looking really good. I really like. I took a little bit of the red and a really fine detail brush and gave her some fingernail polish and a little bit of red to her lips there. So she's looking really good. I'm really happy with how she comes out. The only thing left to do on her now is the basing, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Texture the base with the Mordant Earth, and then paint the base band black. And so the next time you see this girl, she's going to be completely done. Alright, so I'll see you soon. Bye. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, the finished Succubus from the Grenadier box set of Demons, number 6006 from 1984. I think she came out really well. And next week we'll be wrapping up this series with Regruna, Beast of the Pit. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. Both of those help me with my YouTube numbers and help support me doing and what I do best. Speaking of which, if you want to support me more directly, you can visit my Patreon site and go on my Instagram page to see all the miniatures that I paint on this site and how to get your hands on one of your own if you want one. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. You can check both of those to see when new videos get posted. And visit my merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.